So, Vincent van Gogh was a Dutch post-impressionist painter and became one of the most famous influential figures in Western art history. He was born on March 30, 1853 at Zandvoort, Netherlands. Van Gogh was born into upper middle class family. He drew as a child and was a serious, quiet, and thoughtful. As a young man, he was worked as an art dealer and often traveling but became depressed after he was transferred to London. In a decade, he created about 2,100 artworks, including around 860 oil paintings. They include landscape, still life, portraits, and self-portraits. He is known for both the striking color, emphatic brushwork, and contoured forms of his art and for the turmoil of his personal life. His staples were coffee, cigarettes, and bread. Vincent van Gogh lived with mental illness throughout his life. His symptoms included hallucination, depression, and seizure, which at the time were quite severe. Many modern-day psychiatrists have attempted to diagnose his illness from the symptoms he showed, and possible diagnoses include schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, syphilis, hypergraphia, Gis-Wind syndrome, and temporal lobe epilepsy. Based on the study, it is quite possible that he had a combination of these. Through his artwork, he expressed his individualism and emotions in the everyday items that inspired him. In his famous painting, The Starry Night, Van Gogh was seeking respite from flagging depression. It reflects his direct observations of his windows as well as the memories and emotions this view evoked in him. Van Gogh used colors for its symbolic and expressive values rather than to reproduce light and literal surroundings. Van Gogh's emotional state highly affected his artistic work and deeply analyzes his unconscious mind. His art, based on the study, was represent a deep psychological sketch. He left a profound, soul-searching description of his judged life in his artwork. Van Gogh's imitable art was defined by his powerful, dramatic, and emotional style. The artist's concern for human suffering is in somber, melancholy study of art. Maybe Van Gogh tried to explain the struggle between the man and the human nature, the reality and his unconscious mental conflicts. We spend our whole lives in unconscious exercise of the art of expressing our thoughts with the help of words, Van Gogh once said. So Van Gogh's human experience really influenced his artwork, and the way he did this artwork illustrates his personal life.